Nick Kruger here with Elias, Hanusiak, the coach of the Big Easy Rollergirls. Now, Coach, for those who aren't familiar with roller derby, kind of summarize what can happen during a bout and how you score.
Well, basically you've got two teams consisting of blockers, and there's a jammer for each team, and the jammer is essentially the ball, right? So the jammer just has to get through the blockers, and they become eligible to score, and then for every opponent that they pass, they get a point.
Okay. All right. And so then talk about what the season's been like so far and how you guys have been doing.
It's been a pretty good season. We've had a run of 7 straight wins, which is really nice. We also had an early tournament this year, which I think really helped to gel the team. And at this point, we're really progressing at a very, very nice clip. And we're looking forward to finishing it out with some very strong opponents, although unranked opponents that we can't actually improve our standing with, but consisting of sort of like all-star teams in a way that really it's a very high skill level. So,
sure.
Yeah.
So how did you get your start in coaching?
I was a ref for a long time. I refed, I've been in the sport for 8 years now, and I refed for the first 5 years or so. And after a while, you know, I got to do that at literally the highest levels, national tournaments, did the championship, games for 3 years. I just wanted to change, and I really wanted to be able to root for somebody.
Sure.
Being impartial is well and good, but there's something about pulling for a side.
Sure.
So,
talk a little bit about the conditioning you put these girls through. It's awfully hot in here. Just some of the drills you do.
Yeah, it is really hot, and it's very, there's not a lot of breeze, even when there's breeze outside. We've got these giant fans, but they don't do much. So when they're out there on the track, it's a lot of sweat and hard work. You do a lot of pretty typical sprint drills, going all out for 2 to 3 minutes at a time, where the Tabata lineups are really, really popular these days. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You do that for 4 minutes. Pushing a lot of, we do a lot of hitting, so we do a lot of like static pushing drills where one girl on skates has to push against somebody who's just on their toe stops resisting, and you just gotta move that girl. So it's a lot of work.
Talk about the fans a little bit. What kind of atmosphere can people expect it about?
It's really great. That's one of the really great things about roller derby is it attracts all kinds of people. The reason I actually got involved in the first place was I saw about, and everything that I loved about all the other sports that I love went off in my brain, and I was like, this is great. And so you get real sports fans, you get people who are not real sports fans. I mean, they haven't maybe embraced other sports, but it's a pretty diverse group. It's a family group. It's all ages. So it's a real fun environment. A lot of different things going on.
Now you've got a bout coming up here on June 22nd. You're facing Texas. Talk about them a little bit. What you expect?
Well, Texas is they're one of the preeminent programs in the country. They've been in the top 10 essentially since they restarted this thing back in 2002. They always put out a good team, and that is really amazing. It's going to be a really, really tough bout. But I think that the girls are bringing into it a really good attitude and a lot of discipline, and coming off 7 straight wins. If we can just play our game, we'll beat them.
All right. Great, Coach. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Thank you.